Hey guys, how are you? Hey, I think we have Francis and Ebony. Hey guys, so we're actually going to do a live Q&A today. So I'm going to share this out to YouTube so we can get some more people participating. And what we're going to do today is really just talk about tax season, where you're at. If you have any questions, concerns, we do a live Q&A, and then I will speak briefly about, like the Millionaire Mastermind and some of the programs that we have available that you guys can, really get support, like high level support to really help you hit your goals for 2020. So welcome guys. If you are new to me, a quick introduction. My name is Crysta Tyus. I am an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Service, and I have a program called Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand that helps tax professionals, bookkeepers, accountants, CPAs, as well as financial coaches utilize social media in order to get paid clients consistently, as well as teaching you sales and marketing. So I give you all the scripts and the strategies that you need to seamlessly talk to your ideal clients and virtually onboard them. So welcome, Ebony. Welcome, Francis. Let me know, where are you guys viewing from? Tell me what city and state you guys are viewing from. Hey, Naz, how are you, darling? He's viewing on YouTube. So let me know where you're viewing from. And what I want to do is just have a live Q&A with me in regards to what it is that you guys are going through for tax season. What challenges are you guys experiencing? What wins are you having this year? What concerns do you have? Like, give me, a real life overview on some of the things that you guys are experiencing for tax season. If you're doing taxes currently, or if you're just getting tax resolution clients, CFO clients, also any higher level services, advisory services that you're doing, let me know what you're doing. So Malay says she's from Michigan. What part of Michigan? You are my neighbor. And Nas, he's from Central Jersey. Welcome, guys. Let me see. Do we have any? What are you guys saying over here in this chat? I don't see anybody in the chat. Okay, cool. Tammy is from BK, so I think that's Brooklyn. And guys, I can't wait to visit New York. I want to visit all the boroughs. So I want to go to Brooklyn, Manhattan. Is Manhattan part of the boroughs? Brooklyn, Queens. Sorry guys, I'm ignorant on New York, but I do want to visit the boroughs, and I kind of want to get, it's so many great things happening in New York. Coco is in Portland, Oregon. I do tax accounting and bookkeeping. Oh, Malaysia is in Detroit. Beautiful. So yeah, you're about 30 minutes away from me. Chantel is in Houston. All right, so what I want to do, one, I want to talk about some common things that I've been seeing within the online tax community. So what I've been seeing is, people having, especially newbies or even seasoned people, having questions around, what should I do with this, and they're telling their scenarios. So what I want to do real quick is go over, how can you systematically find information that you're looking for when it comes to tax clients, tax situations. So what I want to do is talk about two sources. One, you want to always use the primary source for information. So let's just say you have a tax client coming your way and you really don't know how to, go about the situation. Maybe you don't know if it's reportable, whatever income. Maybe you don't know who should claim, who on the tax return. I want to show you how we actually discover and how we solve our own tax problems, so you guys can understand how to go through this research process, pull up the tax law that's applicable to your situation, interpret the tax law, and then know how to confidently apply it to your specific situation. This is going to save you a lot of heartbreak and pain, right? Because if you know how to research your own tax law and research your own problems, when you have clients, you're also going to be able to take on any client situation because you know how to critically think, you know how to search for the information that you need. So what I'm going to do is share my screen really quick. And let's just say you have a tax problem on, let's just say there's a couple and you don't know which couple should claim the child, right? So you can always type in very specifically, some relative search terms when it comes to your tax problem that you're trying to research for your client. So because I know some search terms that I would use, I would do tiebreaker rules for a qualifying child, right? Now, what you want to do, you want to make sure that you understand what type of information you are, what type of source you're getting your information from. So right here, the first thing that popped up is hnrblock.com. Now, this is what we call a secondary source. It's not a primary source of information. They are getting this source primarily from irs.gov, right? Now, if we keep scrolling down, now we have irs.gov. This is what we call a primary source. Now, it is okay to go to hnrblock.com and look at this article and see what it is that they're saying on which parent should claim a child on taxes. Now, the caveat to this is you do not want to rely on this information from H&R Block because you don't know when it was written. Excuse me, you don't know if the tax law has changed. So what you want to do, you want to read, you want to understand. Oftentimes when you rely upon secondary sources, they say it in a way that you can understand it better than what you would originally get from the irs.gov. Like irs.gov is going to give you straight to the point legalese, the law, right? When you get it from a secondary source, you should be able to understand it because they're going to write it in lay terms for you. So what you want to do, you want to consume this information, but oftentimes any secondary source that you get information from, they should always point you to the primary source of information. So this goes for even if you post in a Facebook group, for instance, there are a lot of tax preparer groups where people go in and ask for advice. When you do that and you get information, you always want to reference or ask the person where they got the, like what primary source of information are they referencing? Could they, highlight or copy and paste the link to irs.gov publication that you can refer to, right? When you do that, that's when you're gonna actually be able to feel confident that the information that you're receiving is accurate. You never wanna just rely upon another tax professional's word in a Facebook group. You never just wanna rely upon a secondary source such as from H&R Block. You always wanna find out where is the primary source of information from irs.gov so I can reference it myself, right? So right here on H&R Block, it has form 8332 that it's linking to, and it's linking to the actual tax form, okay? Now, when we go back out of this scenario, we also want to go to the primary source of information. So your primary source for tax law is irs.gov. And this is where you kind of want to be referencing you want to be referencing publications. You actually want to be referencing tax law when it comes to understanding what you can and cannot do when it comes to your particular client scenarios. So let me know, guys, what exactly and how exactly are you sourcing your information when it comes to understanding or researching tax law for your clients? Let me know how you're actually sourcing this information. So let me go back to YouTube. Okay. All right, so let's see. Tony says, you encouraged me to pass the 3EA exams late last year. I applied with Form 23 for enrollment in mid-December, and I would say February, no license yet. Are telling me to wait for 90 days. Yeah, it'll be in the mail. Tony, like it'll be in the mail in a minute. Like, trust me, you're going to be so ecstatic. Congratulations, by the way, on passing all three parts. Let me just plug up my charger, guys, because apparently it came undone. Okay, let's get some juice. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about, so we talked about how to research tax law, how to find your information. If you're going to use a secondary source of information, such as like H&R Block, TurboTax, you always want to reference the primary source, which is irs.gov. And if you're going to get information from a Facebook group, or if you're just going to call up a friend, like if you're phone a friend, try to get them to reference where they got the information from, or just try to make sure that you fact check whatever they say. And if all else fails, guys, if all else fails, call the IRS, right? This is going to save you a lot of heartbreak and pain. If you are unsure about, a client's particular situation, or, how to file a certain form, or, anything, if they should change whatever, there's so many different scenarios, guys, that's swirling through my head right now. it really doesn't matter. If you still go through this process and you are unsure and you're not confident about how you still should proceed, pick up the phone and call IRS themselves, right? And ask them like, hey, I got this client, this is what's going on, what should I do, right? That is going to be your resort. And it oftentimes, that's what's going to get you to really learn a lot. Like, I don't know how many times when I first started out that I was picking up the phone and I was calling the IRS. Now, if you don't know, the IRS does have a practitioner priority line. So you can go to, let me just pull it up for you guys. You can go to the IRS practitioner priority line and call this number, and you'll be able to navigate a lot faster through. Right, here we go. IRS practitioner priority line right here. So you're going to go here. And then it gives you the PPS service hours, and, you know, before you call, you know, some things that you can do just to kind of save you some time, right? And then eventually it'll have the telephone number, okay? And then it's going to let you know what you need to choose based upon the number that you are, what selections you need to choose based upon the area in which you want to be routed to. So you do want to utilize the practitioner priority service line, okay? This is the, you know, this is not for everyday individual taxpayers to call. This is only for practitioners that's working actively with their clients, and it's going to allow you to speak with the representative a lot faster, right? So this is what you want to be utilizing. If you are unsure about how to apply a situation, if you're unsure about what to do with the client, call the IRS, right? It's going to save you, actually, you think it takes long, it's going to save you so much time, because then you will have to research and still be trying to figure out, is it right information? How do you know? What if you make a mistake? And that's also what I want to talk about. You know, a lot of people would just guess like, okay, well, I think it's this, and then they'll just start doing the thing, right? Don't do that. What I want you to do is just call the IRS. Please call the IRS. All right. So Rose says, I'm using the same method you are using. Coco says, I also have the 2019 U.S. Tax Master's Guide. Yeah. Beautiful, Coco. So Rose, if you want to get to the IRS, call them first thing in the morning. So what I typically do, the IRS practitioner priority line opens up at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I normally set my alarm and I will call at 7 a.m. right? And when you call at like 7:05, you normally only have like a 1 to 2 minute wait. So honestly, that's best. And then what you can do is you can also set a day and time where you're calling on all of your client situations in one day, right? You don't have to keep calling. So make sure that when you do call, that you're compiling all the questions, all the clients that you want to get more clarity on, and you're calling on one time block with this one practitioner. They will support you for multiple clients on one phone call. You don't have to keep calling for every client that you want to do, as long as you have all the information readily available. Now, there are some instances where you would need your client on the phone. Like, for instance, if you don't have power of attorney, if you don't have authorization to talk to the IRS on your client's behalf, simple, just do a three-way with the IRS. That's it. Just be like, hey, you know, your situation is a little bit more complex, and, you know, I want to make sure that we handle this appropriately. I need to verify some information with the Internal Revenue Service. I need to call you at 7:05 in the morning. I need you to pick up the phone, and we need to do three-way to the IRS, right? So that's what I would do. I would just get my people on three-way, and then when the IRS picks up, they're going to be like, you know, and tell them your situation. Then they're going to be like, okay, well, we need to verify him or her. Then they're going to start asking your client some identifying questions, their social security number, you know, their filing status, their address. And then once they verify your client, they're going to ask your client, is it okay if I talk to your tax preparer in regards to your situation? And then now your client can sit back on the phone, put themselves on mute, and you can communicate with the Internal Revenue Service on your client's behalf. That's if you don't have power of attorney, you don't have authorization, you aren't an EA or a CPA. Okay. All right. So let's see what you guys are saying. So Samuel says, still not clear, NATP research, right? So let's go to NATP research. So that's the National Association of Tax Pros. And what I'm going to do, thank you, Samuel, for recommending that. What I'm going to do is share my screen for you guys. And so I type in NATP research. So you do have Federal Tax Research Service right here. And you can utilize the Tax Knowledge Center to research. You can also request that someone help you research, right? They have an on-site team of tax professionals that answers thousands of your questions. So I'm not sure, Samuel, like, do you have to be, I'm pretty sure you probably have to be a part of the NATP. You have to be registered with them at some capacity. But this would be a wonderful secondary tool for you guys to utilize as well. Thank you, Samuel. Oh, we got somebody else in the Bronx. Hey, welcome. So someone says, do I need to wait until the 2020 Passkey books come out and get those to study for the exam in May? You do. Because the books for this year, for the last period, the current books that are on the market are good until the end of this month. So you want to wait until, I believe they should be coming out with their books sometime in March for the 2020-2021 cycle in March. So Mala says she used the knowledge base in the software. Yeah. Yes, most tax softwares do have like a synced up knowledge base that they answer some common questions for you. So you definitely can utilize that depending on what tax software you use. But type in the chat, guys, now, like what are you guys experiencing around like managing your workflow? How are you managing the clients that are coming in? How are you, do you have a CRM that you're currently utilizing? How do you keep up with all of, your signatures? Are you using some outsourced service provider to keep your documents virtually online? Talk to me and let me know like what it is and how it is you guys are utilizing your workflow process. Townsend says, hi from Mississippi. Serene is from Alabama. Welcome, guys. Bob, you can ask any question. You can ask me any question right now. This is just a live Q&A, so feel free. Tammy says iPads is available in March, Passkey. Okay. So yeah, Passkey will be available in March for you guys. I think they tried to come out with it by like March 15th, if I'm not mistaken, March 15th. Hey, Dominic. X says I'm using Microsoft OneDrive for file storage. Okay, beautiful. What are you guys using for like a CRM, or how are you keeping up with your current client base? How are you keeping up with your workflow and the clients that you're currently doing and coming in? How are you keeping up with, this person is missing this W-2, or this person is missing a 1099, or what have you? How are you guys currently keeping up with that? Hey, Carla. Hey, Jamal from Milwaukee. Mel from Milwaukee. Okay. So you guys are quiet tonight. The one time I do a Q&A, you guys are quiet. Okay, cool. So what we could do is, okay, Crystal says Intuit Pro Connect. Intuit Pro Connect. Okay, so you just use the tax software for Intuit Pro Connect. Carlos from Orange County, California. So Bob says, I'm a bookkeeper and I'm considering studying to become an EA. Do I need tax experience or any specific classes before I start to study? No, you don't. Before, when I studied to become an EA several years ago, I didn't have, formal tax experience. Like I did my own taxes on TurboTax. I did like my brother's taxes, but I didn't have a lot of real world experience preparing individual or business tax returns. But I still went straight to studying for the EA exam and I passed. So it helps when you have tax experience, right? It definitely does help you retain the knowledge, but it's not required. You still can go forth and take the exam. Just get a study guide. So I typically recommend Passkey. On Amazon, they have their books broken out. So you can get the individual book, the business book, or the representation, whichever one that you're studying, or if you can bundle all three and buy them together. Hey, John. Dominic says he's using, or he or she is using the notes option in Drake Zero. Okay. Yeah, Drake allows you to type in notes when you're, so, but how do you, so Drake Zero, so does all the notes, like when you first log into Drake, does it pop up all your notes to tell you like who's all information you're waiting on, like who's all documents you're waiting on? If so, that would be pretty neat. Romaine says, where did you get your first experience with filing taxes? I did my own. So I did my own, and then I did my brother's, and then I did my boyfriend's, and then I did his mom's, and then his uncle's, right? And then after a few years of just doing like 5 or 6 people's taxes every single year, I was like, oh man, I really like this. And I went straight to studying to become an EA. I didn't even know about an EA. I just happened to stumble upon it doing, trying to learn how to do taxes. I stumbled upon what they call the EA, which is an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Service. And I'm like, you know what? I want to make sure I have the highest credentials, right? If I'm gonna do taxes, I want to make sure that I have the best of the best, the creme de la creme. So that's why I went after the EA. And I spent a few months studying. I took the exams. I tell you guys, I failed the business one twice before I passed it. And then that year, 2 months after I passed my EA exams, I opened up my tax office and I received my pocket card. I think it came in the mail about 60 to 90 days. So Tony, if you're still waiting, yeah, it does take about 60 to 90 days. You're going to get a letter from the IRS, and it looks like a regular letter from the IRS, like you owe them money. So at first, when I saw the letter, I was like, oh crap, like what, like, why am I getting a letter from the IRS? And I opened it up and it was my pocket card. It was my license. And honestly, that's one of the only pieces of documents from the IRS that you're going to get that's going to make you happy. I was so happy when I got that letter. Thank you, Bob. Hey, Amanda. Do you recommend using something different for CRM instead of the tax software? Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Deanna. Like, a lot of people have been complaining about just workflow and CRMs. So I'm just trying to figure out what people use to see if there are some great recommendations for you guys. John says, what do you enjoy the most about doing taxes? Okay, so the very first thing that I like that it's one and done, right? You get a client, you do it, you're done. I love that, right? Whereas bookkeeping, you get a client, you do it, you got to keep doing it. I love tax preparation because it is one and done, and I like variety, right? I like seeing different people. I like looking at different scenarios, looking at different tax law, right? So that's why I really like it. Variety is a spice of life, right? So I love looking at the different variety that tax preparation offers and the different challenges that tax preparation offers, because every client, is a little bit different, and it's one and done. And I love that. Dominic says you can enable the notes to be general or don't e-file until acknowledge. Oh, I like that. Okay, so and that's in Drake. John says, how did you know that this is your purpose? When you can do it without getting paid. So I knew, like, I really enjoyed taxes, bookkeeping, and accounting when, like, you guys don't, I think I mentioned this on my last webinar that I did like a week ago, but I was geeking out on QuickBooks at like 9, 10 years old. Like I was creating fictitious companies in QuickBooks at like between 10 and 12 years old. So for me, it was just like, it was always ingrained. I just loved it. Like I loved playing Monopoly, right? I loved everything that was business at a very young age. So it's your passion when, one, you've been doing this since you were young, like you've been in whatever you wanted to do since you were young. And two, when you honestly would do it for free, right? If you do it for free, you love it. That's your passion. Great questions, John. John coming in with the questions tonight. Audrey says, hello, Crysta. Always nice seeing you. Hey, Audrey. Nice seeing you. Romaine says, what is the name of the book you used to study for the EA exam? Okay, so let's do this. Let's share my screen for you guys and let's show you. So I'm gonna go to Amazon.com. And what I'm gonna do is type in passkey for you guys. There we go. So here are the books. So you have Passkey Learning System EA, and it also gives you the study period. So this one is good until February 29th, right? And it says 2020 testing cycle. So this is the testing cycle, July 1st to February 29th. So after the 29th of this month, there's a new testing cycle, and you want to wait until they upload the new book for the 2020 to 2021 testing cycle. So this is just part 3. It's $75 for this book. And then individuals is $66. And then business is $88. So you're going to spend around $300. You also have these workbooks that you can get that can kind of help reinforce your knowledge. So altogether, it might come out to be around $500 if you get each workbook for individuals, workbook for business, and workbook for representation. They also have practice exams. So for instance, if we click on the representation, we scroll down, it also gives you customers who viewed this item also viewed. And it lets you know all the other books that they view as well. So you can also order the practice exams. There are practice exams in these books, but they do have just practice exams that you can just buy on their own, like additional practice exams that you can buy on their own. So you can find those, or you can just get the one book. Honestly, the one book would help you. Like if you can go through this whole book, read it cover to cover, and take the practice exams that are in the book, you should definitely pass for sure. Tammy says they do it by subscription now, which is awesome. Either $29.95 a month or $39.99 a month to access for the study materials. Oh, thank you, Tammy. So yeah, you guys can check out the subscription model if you want as well, that Passkey has. Oh, Janice, she said, blame my parents. Mala says she just used her email to manage my workflow. I'm trying to the virtual thing, but I need lots of help. BJ says, at what point do you think is a good time to get a brick and mortar? That's a really hard one, BJ. You know, if you do get a brick and mortar, I would just get a suite. I would get an office suite, right? So for instance, if we pull up, let me just show you guys this really quick. So what I'm gonna do, and go back to my screen. So I'm gonna share this with you guys. So what I would do is office suites near me. If you do get a brick and mortar when you can afford it, right? It's not required when you first start out, but if you're in a position where you have consistent income coming in and you do want an office outside of your home, that's a great time to get a brick and mortar. But I would get into an office suite, right? So for instance, I will look at some executive or private office suites, and I wouldn't spend typically over, a couple of $100 per month for this office, right? So if we go to this one, let's see what this looks like. This one says worksuites.com. And you want to do like a share office suite, right? Something like this where, it has a desk, but also other people work in there as well. This is going to be a lot more cost efficient for you, right? You getting into a work suite. It's professional. It looks good. You don't have to have all this money to buy furniture and worry about internet and utilities. Don't do that, guys. So when you don't have to, you can get an office like this for like $500 per month, and you can be sharing it with someone, or depending on the city that you live in, you can get an office like this where it's just you, and you're still only paying $300 to $500 per month, and everything is included, even the furniture. So this is what you want. You want to do something like this, or you want to do like a co-working space. And you can, have a professional image, meet your clients, and it's super cheap. Like, look at this, co-working memberships. So if you want to do a meeting room, it's $20. If you want a dedicated desk, look at that, $375 a month. Beautiful, guys. It comes with a desk. It comes with a private office. You get a business address. You get 24/7 access, right? For $375. This is beautiful. I would do something like this, and I would not waste my money on getting a actual storefront. So let me show you. I think we could Dynamite Tax Service, right? Let's see if we can find a picture of my storefront. So this was my storefront on 9 Mile. So let me go to the address. I'm surprised this is still up, right? This is funny. So this is what my storefront looked on 9 Mile. And this picture is as of February 2015 on Google, which is hilarious. So you don't need this, right? I was paying almost $1,000 a month for this, plus utilities, plus I had to furnish it, plus I had to paint and keep up with it, plus I had to take care of landscaping, snow removal, plus I had to go down to my local county and register my business. Like, no, guys, don't do that. Just do this and just have everything included. Just come in with your laptop, plop down, and you're in business, right? Great question, though, by the way. Okay, so do you think it's too late in the tax season to realistically attain another 100 clients? Okay, Sham. So let's talk about that. So let's talk about that, and let's do the math for you really quick. Is it realistic, right? So let's pull this up. So we're going to go to my share screen, and let's pull up a little work. Okay, so let's do 100 new tax clients. So what I would do, I would prefer to ask you, instead of 100 new tax clients, how much money do you want to make over the next, let's just say, where we at? We're at February 20th. So we have 1 month. We have a little under 2 months left into the tax season. So I'm gonna put 8 weeks right here. Right now, keep in mind, guys, you're going to be able to make money all year round. This is what you want to keep in mind. You don't have to rush and scramble to get 100 tax clients over the next 8 weeks. What I want you to do is worry about how much money do you want to make this year, right? So if you say you want to make $100,000, which is most people's goals, most people want to hit 6 figures or at least add another 6 figures. I would look to see, I would ask myself, what is the fastest way possible to make 100K, right? And providing tax and bookkeeping services. Now, if you're like, Crysta, all I want to do is taxes, then perfect. Let's figure that out. So what I would do is one of the fastest ways, one is to go after a business client. Okay. When you go after the business client, you can do, let's say, an S Corp. You can do a C Corp. You can also do a partnership. You also have nonprofits, right? You can do those 990s. When you do that, your typical fee is going to be about $1,500. Okay. So now let's just do the math on that. So if we have $100,000 divided by 1,500, that's only 67 clients. 67 clients, right? Now, if we have 8 weeks, let's just say we make it our business to work for the next 8 weeks straight. That means we need about 8 clients per week. And per day, that's about, let's just round it up, guys, to 2 clients per day. That's going to put you well over your goal. So, and that's only Monday through Friday, right? So I'm going to give you the weekend off. Okay. So can you get 2 clients per day? Absolutely. 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 Can you get 2 clients per day? Now, if you're trying to do this the opposite way, which is if you're trying to get the individual client, which obviously you're going to get individual clients as well, it's just going to require a lot more work from you to get these individual clients. So let's just say an average individual client is, let's say if you really price it right, you can get it up to about $375. Okay. And type in the chat, what's your average individual fee? Now, if we want to make $100,000 over the next 8 weeks, we need 266 clients, right? Now, if you want to do that over 8 weeks, you need 33 clients per week, okay? And if you want to do that Monday through Friday, you need to be servicing 7 clients per day. So this is what we need to hit our goal. So what I would focus on is how can I get a higher paying client and only worry about 2 clients a day, or a combination of both. Maybe you have to do between the 2, maybe you split the difference and you do, 3 clients, 4 clients a day. Okay. But what I want you to know is you have all year. So tax preparation is an all year thing. You have over 9 million people that have a filing requirement all year, right? These people, they just need to file. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about cramming all these clients over the next 8 weeks. I would sit comfortably and say, how much money would I like to make this year? And if I really just want to focus on just tax services, how can I break out my services between business and individual clients to comfortably hit this goal? Now, instead of 8 weeks, I give myself, let's just say 6 months, right? You can make $100,000 during taxes this year for the entire year, because tax preparation is not just seasonal. Yes. Do the majority of people file during tax season, which is January through February? Right. Yes. So the majority is about 200 million people, right? But then you still have those 9 million at the end of the day that still have a filing requirement. They still have back taxes, right? These people typically owe the IRS as well. You still have a lot of opportunities to capture a piece of this market, right? And in which case we're only looking for, a few hundred people of this 9 million, right? The other thing that I would do is, instead of focusing on 100 new tax clients, I would also incorporate some services in there. So I would incorporate some bookkeeping services. You can do accounting, you can do CFO, you do tax resolution, you do tax planning. So when you have what I call a mix of services, you're just increasing your likelihood of hitting your income goal, right? So now when people come your way, now when you talk to them over the phone and you're understanding where they're at, if they don't need tax preparation, you still have a service to put them in, okay? So what I typically tell people is, if you wanted to just get 100 new tax clients, you're like, okay, whatever, Chris, I still just want to get 100 new tax clients. Focus on your sphere of influence first, right? So we focus on our SOI, which is your sphere of influence, right? And these are the people that already know, like, and trust you, okay? So you're going to start with family. Everybody has a big family, right? You have your mom's side. It's probably 50 people over there just on your mom's side, okay? You have your dad's side. It's probably another 50 people over there. You have your in-laws, right? If you're married, again, that's just 100 people. That's your husband or your wife's mother and father side. That's 100 people right there. You have school. People used to go to school with. And when I mean school, I mean all school, right? Grade school, college, high school. Let's just say you have a good solid 100 people that you used to know in school, right? Then you have work, okay? Let's just say I'm 32, right? I'm 32 years old. I've had several jobs over the past 15 years. I know a good, 50 people just from past work experience, okay? So if we add this all up, we have access to, 350 people in our SOI, which is our sphere. Now, typically you're going to have about a 20% conversion rate, which means that 20% of the people that you connect with that already know, like, and trust you should become a client. Okay. So let's do the math on that right now. So if we have 350 people and we have a 20% conversion rate, there's your 70 people right there, 70 new tax clients, right? Right here. Just off the people that you know. We're not even going out on Facebook and Instagram just yet. Now, again, 70 people, let's just say you only charge them, which industry average should be around $275 still. So 275 times 70. So that's an easy $19,000 for you guys. Easy money. Now, what would you do with $19,250 right now? What would you do? And that's just going after people that you already know. what I call your sphere of influence. So type in the chat, what would you do with $19,000 right now? My first year tax season has been slow. Only 10 clients so far. Everybody and family members been going to TurboTax. What all of your sphere. So Mel, I want you to do, not only just family, but all your family. Did you talk to everybody? Cousins, sister, uncle, auntie. Let's see what you guys saying. 650 base, but my clients have some type of business. Okay, Coco, great. So you're probably doing like Schedule C. PJ says his and his average is 250. Coco 350. Dominic says good information. Yeah, I agree. I have an office space in a commercial building. I think it's just as good as having a complete storefront, and it's so professional. Yes, because nobody is nobody's just going to be coming to your office off the street like they used to, guys. People just don't do that now. And unless you have a big brand, they just not coming to you off the street unless you got some deep pockets and you're doing some really deep marketing, which most of us are on a shoestring budget, right? We don't have deep pockets. So you guys are saying, someone says use TaxSlayer Pro software to help me manage clients' info. Great. What do you think about QuickBooks Online certification? Yes. I always take advantage of free certifications, right? So QuickBooks offers the Pro Advisor program. Take it. It's free. Crysta, what are possible legal risks of this business and how to avoid them? The only legal risk is, if you transpose a number, you incur your client any penalties and interest. You do want to have errors and omissions insurance. It's called E&O insurance. And I would just Google E&O insurance near me and pull up some quotes in your area. It's really affordable. It's less than a couple $100 a year. In your experience, what time frame of the season do you generally get the bulk of your clients? Also, are you no longer a fan of crosslinks? No, I still love crosslinks. Crosslinks, I used that for years. It was just I was looking for something that was more virtual. And I believe crosslinks is going to be adding more virtual capabilities. And I think actually, guys, I was telling my clients this the other day, most tax software companies are going to be, all virtual in a minute because you guys are demanding of it. We're demanding to work virtually now. So the tax software companies are going to conform. They're going to make sure that these features are in place so the tax professional can work virtually, right? So I have nothing bad to say about any tax software. I've tried them all for the most part. I haven't tried TaxSlayer, but I hear great things about it. Crosslinks, obviously I've used that for a few years. My Tax Prep Office allows you the virtual capability. Drake, I just didn't care for Drake's interface, but Drake is a really great tax software if you're more experienced, right? If you have a lot more tax law knowledge. Yeah. Oh, Brian says he passes EA on Monday. Congratulations, Brian. PJ says, I have found 3 business clients just from the other day after watching your video. Great job, PJ. DJ says, Crysta, how to gain experience of clients once you have become an enrolled agent? Start getting clients, DJ. Seriously. You just have to start getting clients. I would invest part of the $19,250 back into the business. Yes, great job, Ty. Which course did you make for EA exam? I just started. I have a bachelor's degree. Oh, Alicia, you missed it. But after this video, I showed you guys the books and stuff that I recommend. So you can go back and watch that after I end this video. But I did talk about which books I recommend for EA exam for sure. Okay, so that was just to answer PJ Shami's question around, is it too late to get tax clients right now? And no, it's not too late to get tax clients right now. You still can get tax clients right now. I would definitely just mind your current database and really understand like who is all in your sphere of influence. You guys have a lot of people that you already know. Go to those people first before you start investing in other advertising campaigns, marketing campaigns. Honestly, that's going to be, like I said, that's an easy $19,000 for you guys. Between 19 and 30 grand should just come from the people that you already know or knew in the past. So Mel says, would you become an EA or study bookkeeping first? And that really depends on your preference, right? So, you know, I just onboarded a new client today, Kim. Welcome to the program, Kim. She was like, you know, I prefer one-off services as well. You know, she's like, you know, I like doing the one-off services, which is tax preparation, tax planning, tax resolution. And so for her, like, that's because she prefers that, she likes that, that's what I would recommend her to go after first. I wouldn't tell her to go after bookkeeping clients knowing that that's not the type of work that she prefers. So I would just say, you know, if you're debating on should you study for EA or should you study for bookkeeping, I would just say, which one do you really want to do first? And obviously, at some point, you're going to incorporate both of them. Well, it makes sense to incorporate both of them because most of your business clients are going to need both. All of your business clients are going to need both. But just which one are you going to incorporate first? I will go with that one. DJ is Canadian. Guys, is taxation in the US the same in every state? So for federal law, it's the same, but each state has little different nuances of tax law for each state. So it's different per state. Oh, Ernest, yeah, we're getting caught up with our messages. So if you sent me an email, thank you for your patience. We are getting caught up with our email and our DMs. Okay, so before we get off, so we talked about becoming a enrolled agent. We talked about bookkeeping. We talked about getting tax clients and understanding your goal versus, you know, worrying about a specific type of number. We talked that we can get tax clients all year round, right? So if you're worried right now that, oh man, all I have is 8 weeks left, I want you guys to calm down. No, you don't. You have the whole year, right? You have the whole year and every year, as long as taxes is in place, you know, to get tax clients. So I wouldn't try to rush and cram everything in. Yes, I want you to take as much action as possible. But if you do this right, if you have a cohesive marketing strategy, you're going to be able to get tax clients all year round, right? We also talked about how to research tax law. So if you have any questions around, you know, what should I do around this customer or this client? How should I, you know, work this situation? I showed you how to research primary and secondary information tax law, and also how to just go straight to the IRS and ask, right? It's so easy to just pick up the phone, go to the practitioner priority service line and call them up immediately. Joseph says, so my email is hello@CrystaTyus.com. So I'm gonna put that in the chat for you guys. hello@CrystaTyus.com. You can email me there. Does the business part of the EA exam really prepare you for doing business taxes? So I tell this to people all the time that tax preparation is knowing tax law. So once you know tax law, now it's just about knowing how to appropriately fill out the tax form. So yes, once you understand tax law, you should be able to go to any tax software and confidently do taxes, right? Once you know the law, once you know the forms, the deductions, and the credits applicable to your client, now it's just about data entry from that point and understanding and making sure that you're reading the questions that the tax form is asking you, and you're checking the right boxes and you're inputting the right information on the form. So absolutely. Farad says, what do you think about marketing also in Canada and England to offer international bookkeeping through social media? Yeah. So marketing, luckily, guys, is worldwide. The strategies that I teach can help people from all over Canada, UK. We have people in Africa, Turks and Caicos. We have people in India, like all over the world, right? So the marketing strategies definitely work. And because the internet has broken down traditional barriers to doing business, a lot of international business owners make US income, right? They either sell on Amazon or they sell on eBay, or they have some sort of US based income. So for us, I think that's a great idea to go after international bookkeeping clients through social media and help them with their US source income. Joseph says he's recently certified QBO online pro advisor. Congratulations, but not much hands-on experience. What would be your pitch or specifics you would speak upon in an initial interview? So Joseph, what interview are you going after? Is this for a prospect or is this for you're actually trying to get a job? So if this is a prospect, pitch or specifics you would speak upon initial interview. So here's the thing with that, Joseph. So a lot of people, and this is what I tell you guys in some of my webinars, is that by way of your credentials is not going to afford you clients. So just because you have a degree, just because you're a CPA or EA or certified bookkeeper is not going to be the reason why a client chooses you. So when I learned that, that's when a lot of things shifted for me, because a lot of people go to the market. I think one lady, she emailed me last year. She was like, Crysta, I'm a CPA. I'm a QuickBooks certified pro advisor. And I'm an EA. I don't need your help. I don't need your help with marketing, right? And if that was the case, if accountants and bookkeepers and CPAs, by virtue of their credentials could just get clients, everybody will be getting clients, right? Everybody, it will be effortless to get clients. And that's just not how it goes. So what happens is when you market your services, you want to make sure that you're talking about what problems you solve for your people, what solutions you provide, understanding their goals and their ambitions and how they want to grow their business or the things that they want to embark upon. That's what people care about. People are, what's in it for me, right? They don't really care how, like, yeah, they're going to ask you, are you a CPA or are you an EA, just because that's all they know. But oftentimes when you have the conversation correctly, people don't even ask me if I'm a CPA. They don't ask me if I'm an EA, because I'm coming with such a high degree of confidence and I'm coming with such a high degree of value to them, letting them know the problems that I solve of theirs. I'm so clear on that value proposition that they don't even ask me if I'm a CPA. They don't even ask me if I went to college. Because once people feel confident that you understand their problems, once they feel confident that you understand where they are, where they're trying to go, and you have the solution to get them there, they have no problems paying you money. So that's what I teach my clients, and that's what we focus on when we do our marketing and when we speak to people. Great question. Samuel says, what % of clients do you forecast that will not return each year? So what's funny, Samuel, is that whenever I lost clients, I always gained the exact amount of clients back, which is weird. And I hear this from other tax professionals. So I remember one year I had 300 clients and I lost about 20 clients that year. But I still ended the tax season with around 305 tax clients, right? So yeah, I mean, that's a really, I mean, that's really good, right? To only lose about 20 clients out of 300. So what you want to do is try not to, you typically probably want to be under 10%, right? If you're losing more than 10% of your client base a year, there's probably something amiss with your follow-up. Maybe you're not following up with your people. You're not calling them during tax time. You're not, hounding them to make sure they bring in their tax documents. You're not staying top of mind, right? So you should be under a 10% client retention. You should have at least a 90% client retention, I mean. Oh, Joseph says actual interview. Okay. Yeah, so Joseph, I would just really focus on letting them know how eager you are and how much you're willing to learn, right? That's what people really care about. They want to know, are you eager? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to self-master? Which means, do you have the ability to research tax on your own or research a bookkeeping problem on your own? Are you a self-starter, right? That's what I look for when I'm hiring newbies. I want to know, like, you know, how resourceful are you? So Tammy says, do you offer audit protection with your preparation services? Um, you can, yeah, for sure. You can also, you know, you can ask your clients if they want to partake in audit protection services for sure. I mean, that's a great additional revenue. And then Tammy also says, is the E&O insurance good for bookkeeping as well? Yes. So when you get your E&O insurance, you want to make sure that you let them know that you do taxes and bookkeeping. Tax audit preparation and forensic accounting. Oh, hey, Tammy. So yeah, you could just email me and we can set something. So I'm gonna just put my email in here for you. Just email me and tell me like what it is that you're trying to do, how you're trying to grow your business, and we can go from there. See if it's a good fit for us to hop on a call. Can I use PayPal to pay for your program? Yes. Which one of your programs would you recommend? Would you suggest for beginners with no experience in the tax industry? Oh, that's a really great question. Okay, so what I would recommend is, so here are the programs laid out. So what I have right now are 3 core programs that we're really focused on this year in 2020 and going beyond. So the first one is the Tax and Accounting Clients On Demand 3.0 program. This is for you if you are new to taxes, bookkeeping. This is for you if you've already been in business, but you're still making under 6 figures, right? You haven't hit the 6-figure mark. And you want to get past 6 figures. So this program is good for you if your goal is to make at least $250,000 per year. So this is going to show you how to select your niche, how to talk to niche clients on the phone. So I give you all of my scripts to use. I show you and I help you craft your message that you actually reach out to your people on social media. So on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Google, on Instagram. And I show you how to run your virtual office, right? How to onboard virtually, how to work virtually, how to manage your workflow. This also comes with coaching. So this is a coaching program where you can see me and I see you every week and I actually hold your hand. You can talk to me directly and you can get high level support. So this program right now is $997, or you could do 3 payments of $395. So this is for everybody that's currently making under 6 figures right now, under $100,000, whether you are new or whether you are, maybe you've been an accountant for 10 years and now you want to start your business, but you make 6 figures at your job, but you don't make 6 figures in business yet. This is for you. This is where you want to start. Let's say you're completely new. You don't even know taxes or bookkeeping yet. This is for you. This is going to teach you everything that you need to know, give you the support that you need. So this is for you if you want to get to that 250. Now, we are coming out with our Tax and Accounting Clients On Demand Platinum program. And I'm super excited about this because this is for people that want to scale past $500,000 to $1 million in revenue. This is going to really show you how to step into a true CEO of your tax and accounting firm to where you're not doing the work anymore. Okay. So after you've gotten to 6 figures and above, now it's really to take you out the business. You don't have to be the person doing the taxes. You don't have to be the person doing the bookkeeping, the accounting. I show you how to create leverage within your business to where we actually put people in place. We set up your policies and procedures, and we actually help you scale with programs. So this is where you actually teach your niche clients how to get the results that you've been able to help them get. So the platinum program is for those that are already making, anywhere between $2,500 to $10,000 per month, and they really want to hit to that $500,000 plus per mark. Okay. Again, this is for people that want to be a true CEO. You are tired of doing the taxes. You are tired of doing the bookkeeping, and you want to scale your business. This is when you're ready to scale, the platinum version. So this is by phone call only. So if you're interested in this program, you can email me at hello@CrystaTyus.com. Just say platinum. I'm interested in the platinum into scaling past $500,000, and I'll help you with that. The last program that we're offering is the Mastermind. So this is where I help you really become the millionaire that you want to become, right? This is where we lay down your $1 million plan. We really get clear on the impact. This is for people that want to make impact, right? It's not just about owning a business. You really have a huge heart and desire to help as many people as possible. The 2020 Millionaire Mastermind is for you. This is where we actually meet in person, and I actually help craft and support you in your business for an entire year. So the mastermind is by application only, and we only work with people at a high capacity in this mastermind who already demonstrate that they are CEOs of their business. So typically you're making $10,000 to $20,000 per month, and you really want to scale this up to over $80,000 per month. You want to become a millionaire. This is the Millionaire Mastermind. So these are the 3 programs that we have. The Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand, you can self-enroll in that. After you enroll, I meet with all my clients every Monday, the new clients, to talk to you, to understand where you're coming from, really get to know you. And then I give you kind of like the lay of the land on the marketing. And then you also get that twice per week coaching cost. So these are the programs that we have this year. I'm super excited to support you guys on these too. So if you have any questions, you could pop them. If you guys have any questions about the programs now, you can pop them below, or you can email me if you're interested in one of those higher mentorship, either the platinum or the mastermind programs. Nope, it's not too late to purchase any of the programs. Oh, so Hink says, Crysta, are you going to create the program you mentioned where you link tax professionals and their bookkeepers? We are really working hard on that. We have so much, you guys have so many unique opportunities, and we're really trying to support you. So yes, we have the newbies and we have the experienced people. So now we're just trying to create a platform to kind of put you guys together. So yes, we are still trying to work on that. Unfortunately, we hadn't really been able to put a lot of time to focus on doing that this year, but we're hoping to get that locked in and squared away by mid 2020, so we can be already ready for next tax season and next year for you guys. So next tax season, I decided to hire at least 4 employees and train them. Yes. So Coco, yes. You sound like you are ready for platinum. You're ready to become a CEO and take yourself out of the business, where you kind of oversee the business, right? You're not the person doing the taxes or doing the bookkeeping. Now you're just meeting with your team every week and you're saying, hey, what's going on? What happened? Right. And I was even talking to a prospect. She was like, well, Crysta, I still want to review the tax returns, or I still want to review the bookkeeping. I was like, why? Why not train a competent professional to do that for you, where you can really be a CEO? You don't have to review anything. You don't have to be you can train people and put quality help in place to do that for you, where now you're just looking at the managerial reports, you're having the manager meetings, and you are really a CEO. That's what that program is about for you guys, the platinum. So here's the 3.0 program. You can check that out, bit.ly/coach with Crysta. And then if you want to know about platinum or the mastermind, just shoot me an email at hello@CrystaTyus.com. All right. Do you have a how-to book? I want to start my own tax business. So Tyrone, I will look at all my YouTube videos. So my webinar, the last webinar that I did said 2020 virtual, how to build a 6-figure tax business in 2020. Look at that webinar. That's going to give you step-by-step, exactly what you need to do for marketing. And I also have a how to get 6 figures in 2020 tax video that just walks you through on how, the things that you need, such as your EFIN, your PTIN. I talk about becoming an EA. I talk about tax software. So I do have a lot of free content that you guys can check out on YouTube that's going to walk you through that. Do you ever do seminars or speaking events? If not, you should definitely start, and be sure to put Houston on the tour list. Okay. Yes. We are doing a tour this year. We are going to do a tour this year. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And you're on my email list. So when I come to a city near you, I want to see you. Okay. I want to see you in person. Internet is cool, but in person is going to be so much better. All right. So Ernest says you want the foundation for next year. So why not this year, Ernest? Why do you want to wait till next year? Yeah, why wait till next year? Might as well do it this year. Is the new W-4 changes going to change the amount of individual? So let's see. All right. So to answer your question, so Jamel has a question about W-4. So what I did was type in W-4 changes, and I went to irs.gov. So it says facts on the 2020 Form W-4, and then it has all these frequently asked questions. So it says, why redesign Form W-4? So it says the new design reduces the form's complexity and increases the transparency and accuracy of the withholding system. Are all employees required to furnish W-4? No, employees who have furnished Form W-4 in any year before 2020 are not required to furnish a new form, merely because of the redesign. Allowances are no longer used for the redesigned Form W-4. This change is meant to increase transparency, simplicity, and accuracy of the form. In the past, the value of a withholding allowance was tied to the amount of the personal exemption. Due to changes in law, currently you cannot claim personal exemptions or dependency exemptions. So yeah, so this is how I just research your question. And then you have employee facts, right? These are really some really great questions. So it says, when should I increase my withholding? Right? You should generally increase your withholding if you hold more than one job, you have income from sources other than jobs or self-employment. Yeah, for sure. So great question, Mel. Placing office in RV vehicle. What, DJ, what did you just say? You said you're gonna place your office in an RV vehicle. Also for your business, do you have a partner or are you the only owner? The reason I am saying this is to scale a business. What is your take on that? Oh yeah, you cannot be by yourself. No, you cannot scale a business by yourself. Absolutely not. So I have a support system, and you guys will learn how to build your own support system too, especially within the Platinum program. Oh, thank you, Mala, Mala's mobile. Yeah, placing office in RV. So no, I wouldn't do a mobile tax office. Why? I mean, that's just wasting time. I would just do virtual because you're gonna be spending money and gas trying to get to people. That's just too much. So if you guys are trying to pick up tax documents and drop them off, and don't do that. Just do everything virtual, right? Oh, okay, Ernest. Yep. So yeah, you can book a call with me. I'll email you. Hey, Corey. All right, guys, you have some really great questions tonight. So, normally we would do our webinar tonight, but I really just felt like I needed to do a live Q&A with you guys to really kind of support you and see where you guys are at, kind of get the temperature of what you're doing right now. It's February 2020, which is crazy. So if you guys have any questions outside of this, go ahead and find me on social, find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can kind of see a little behind the scenes of my life. I do post pictures of my life, of my family. I am a regular person too. So you guys can follow me on social, stay connected. Also subscribe to this channel if you already haven't. And if you want support, if one of those programs sounded like you wanted to join, if you want the Platinum program or the Mastermind, go ahead and shoot me an email and just reference which program you're interested in, and I can get you over some more information or even a telephone call with you if you're interested in those programs. If you're interested in the Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand program, that is self-initiated. You can sign up anytime. And after you sign up, you do get to speak with me and get weekly coaching by me every single week. So welcome, guys. I'm in Michigan, DJ. I am in Michigan, and it's like freezing out here. Okay, one more question. Joseph says, what are 2 books you are reading now and how does it relate to your business? What do you hope to gain from it? Just subscribe. Okay, so here's what I'm reading. The Hard Thing. Oh, can you see? This is The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz, right? And he is, I believe Ben is a billionaire. I'm pretty sure he's not a billionaire. He's like a centimillionaire. He's like well over $100 million net worth, right? I'm reading that. And I have another book that I'm reading called Principles by Ray Dalio. And the premise is, and actually I just got through reading Amazon shareholder letters from the past 20 years. So Jeff Bezos, the richest man who owns Amazon, he writes his letter to share owners every single year in January or February. And I went back to when he started his business, which was like 1995 or 99 or something like that. And I read every letter to shareholders, and you really get an understanding of the mentality on behind how he grew Amazon. So I like to follow people that are billionaires. I like to follow people that are centimillionaires. You know, they have a net worth over $100 million. And I read about these people. I study these people. I learn from their mistakes. I write down their core principles, and I apply that in my life. Right. I really want to, learn from people that have already pioneered, that have already trailblazed before me. And one thing that I've learned is not to reinvent the wheel. Right. Why reinvent the wheel? Why try to go out there into the marketplace and grow this business by yourself? It makes no sense. Why not find somebody who already is doing what you want to do and pay them to teach you, right? So, I paid to learn from his strategies, right? And, if he has any other programs or support, or if there are seminars that he's speaking at, I'm going to pay to be in that room. So this is what you want to do. You don't want to reinvent the wheel when it comes to growing your business, whether you're getting to the 6-figure mark or you're getting to the billionaire mark. There are people that have done it before you. You just need to find those people, pay them money, learn the process, and expedite your success. So that's what I do. And that's what I would definitely implore you guys to do too. So great question. That was a great question to end off on. I love you guys. If you have any questions after this video, just drop them below. I'm going to be checking it. Shoot me an email, join the program, subscribe to this channel, share this out to people that needs to see it, and I'll talk to you next time.